Academy YouTube channel once again. Today I'm so glad to be with you for this tutorial. So today's tutorial is going to focus on the cone design you are seeing on that asymmetric neckline on the thumbnail. Okay, so you can see the cone design. The cone, we have 5 cones right there put together to form that beautiful design on that blouse. Okay, all right, so to form that cone design we need to draft it first. Okay, so we'll be drafting our cone design right now, and here I have my starting point, which I'll call my base. So at this base right now, that is where I'm going to have the starting point of my cone. The next thing I'm going to do is to determine the length of this cone. It's all your choice. You determine how many inches you want your cone to be. If you want it at 6 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches, is all your choice. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'll be making it at 7 inches. So at 7 inches, I'm going to rule my line for the cone. So the next thing I want to determine is the midpoint of what I have on this. You can see I have this. So I'll measure what I have from here to here. Here I have 7 inches. I'll transfer the 7 inches right here to get a straight line. So now I have my straight line, as you can see. So I'm going to distribute the size of my cone. So from here to here, I would love my cone I would love to have it at 1 inch. And from here to here, I would love to have it at 1 inch. And from here to here, I would love to have my cone at 4 inches. And from here to here, I would love to have it at 4 inches. So by the time we are done sewing this cone, we'll be able to have exactly what you are seeing on the thumbnail. Okay, so here I have, from the center point I came in by 1 inch, I came in by 1 inch. Okay, so I came in by 4 inches, but I'm trying to see if we can reduce it a little. Okay, let's leave it at 4 inches. It's okay. So I'm going to rule my line across for my cone, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do is to come up, because we don't need any sharp point for this cone, by 1 inch, and I'll come up by 1 inch, as you can see. So now I'm going to shape in the size of this cone. So I'm using the inner part of my curve ruler to the center, and I'm going to flip it to this other point, to the 1 inch. Remember, we are trying to shape our cone. So like I said, the length of this cone can actually increase. It can be 8, it can be 9, to your desired length. So now I'm going to cut out my cone right now. And what I have right here, that is what I'm going to use to cut my fabric. Can you see that? So I'm going to cut my cone, 5 of it. I'm using this pattern to cut 5 pieces of my cone right now. So this is what I'll be cutting out. I'm cutting 5 times of it on the fabric right away. So by the end of the day, once we put our collar stay, once we stay it and join them together, you have that cone, as you can see. So I'll quickly cut it right now. I'm going to stay my fabric and I will cut it and bring it back for you to see. I've cut out my 5 pieces, my patterns right now, using this same pattern. So I added 0.5 inch all around my pattern, and that is exactly what I'm going to sew off and turn. Okay, so now I take off my pattern. Now each of these I stayed it. Can you see? Each of them I stayed it. So what I have here, I have 5 pieces. Okay, what I mean by 5 pieces is, for this and this is 1 piece, for this and this is 1 piece. So I have 5 of them, all of them stayed. So I'll be using this one to demonstrate to you how I'm going to sew it right now. So I'll just pin like this and go to my machine, and I'm going to sew. Now I'm done sewing the 5 pieces of my cone. So what we have right now is the 5 pieces of my cone, as you can see. So but they are sewn in different ways. Okay, they are 5 in number. 2 will be at the end like this. So you can see how I stitch the 2. I stitch like this and turn, leaving this part and this part open. And for these I left here and here open. They are going to be at the end. But for the ones that will be at the center, I only stitched like this and turned. Okay, so 3 will be stitched in one pattern, and 2 that will be at the end, the size of it will be closed. So these 3 now, this is how I stitched it. Can you see? Only on this line. And I'm going to trim off very closely. So if you are trimming, please be careful you don't cut off your pattern. Can you see? So I take away this, so I'll be able to turn neatly. Can you see? So I'll be able to turn my cone neatly. Okay, so if you want this particular cone to be very, very strong, make sure you use a collar stay. Okay, collar stay or any hard stay, so you have it standing the way it is. Okay, but I just use my normal stay because this is a demonstration tutorial. So this is how the cone is going to look like, as you can see. Can you see that? This is exactly how it's going to look like. So right now I'm going to pick up this first one and I'll match it like this. What am I doing here? I'm going to sew what I have like this. As you can see, I'm going to the machine to sew up the 0.5 inch which I added, and coming over here I'll match this like this. I believe you are seeing what I'm doing here. So I'm going to match this by this. I'm just going to put them together. That is what you are seeing me. Can you see it's forming the cone? I'll put this together like this. Can you see that? So I'm going to my machine now. I'm going to sew them, put this one and sew, and I'll bring it back for you to see the next thing we are supposed to do to achieve this cone. On sewing the 5 of them, 1 2 3 4 5 together the way they are arranged, and this is what we came out with at the back. So all you are going to do is to use your bias and sew this down. Okay, use your bias and cover the stitches. Okay, or if you want to serge it, you can serge it if you can. Okay, or you can even reduce the seam allowances to the barest minimum. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm not going to tape any bias to it. I'm doing this to show you how to prepare this cone. So the next thing we are going to do is to merge the tips together. Okay, you bring in this tip, you merge it to this, you merge it like this. Okay, like that. So you are going to hand tack this, okay, if you can, or whichever way you know you can hold it down, so it will be able to give you exactly what you have on the thumbnail. So now I'm going to stitch this part the way I can right now, and I'll be placing it on the dress form to show you the final outlook. All right, beautiful people, so right now you can see we are done with this cone sleeve, and you can see how beautiful this is looking on the dress form. So all you need to do is to sew your dress. You know, the outfit we have right there on the thumbnail is an asymmetric neckline. So once you are done sewing your asymmetric, and I want you to understand that the asymmetric neckline has a yoke attached to it as well. So once you sew everything completely and lay your band is your cape is going to be cut straight, as you see it on the thumbnail, taking the length of where the cone started to the center back. That is what you are going to use to make that particular cape. Okay, and attach it to your dress. Okay, so you can see the cone, which is the main business of this tutorial, and it's actually looking very beautiful. So at the end of the day, you'll be attaching or sewing this to your dress and lay your appliques as I just demonstrated right here. Okay, So this is actually looking beautiful as we have it on the thumbnail. All right, people, so if you want it to stand more, like I earlier said, you can use your color stay to do this so it has that structured look. Okay, so this is how we come to the end of this tutorial. I believe you learned a lot once again. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this each week. Like this video, share to family and friends, and drop your comments on the comment section as well. So thank you for coming once again, and see you in my next video. Bye.